we've clearly had a major impact upon the rugby league world, and that's great because that's what we're going to have when the season starts in a few weeks' time. Today's signing, I think, is a very major and very, very significant development for Wakefield Trinity Wildcats, as your presence here indicates. Bobby Goulding, in anybody's language, is a highly talented rugby league player. He's had a wonderful past in terms of international honours, and we believe he's going to have an even better future in terms of honours for the club and honours for himself and for his country. He did mention on Saturday, when we were sorting out the fine print, that he wants to be the first player that's been to the cup final with 4 different rugby league clubs. And so the challenge for us immediately is to win the rounds through to the final at Murrayfield, so that Bobby can achieve that ambition. The second ambition, of course, is then for him to play a major part in taking us through to the grand final of the Super League.
I believe that his inclusion in the Super League 5 Wildcat squad is going to add another spark and dimension to the way we'll play the game. I look forward to working with him, and I've enjoyed the conversation we've had so far. I'm sure that he's going to contribute both on and off the field to the club and take us forward to where we want to go.
You know, I've got goals still to get my Great Britain jersey back, to be included in the World Cup squad for next year, and you know, having a great season with Wakefield. The start of it is the 6th of February at Bradford. I'm really looking forward to that game, but the Challenge Cup is a really big thing for me, which I'll be going all out if selected, to be playing and hopefully get Wakefield back on the map, you know, up there with the big boys.
Watched his great interest all his rugby career, and I'm absolutely delighted to think that people, supporters of Wakefield, have the opportunity to see a world-class player performing for our club.
There's a lot of faith and finance been invested in this year's squad, and I think ambition allows for John's statements, and it would be nice for me to fulfil my ambition and make those statements come true. So I don't feel under pressure by it.
I've got a lot of confidence in my own ability, and I know what I can do, and with the right players around me, what Andy's assembled here, I'll fit into this squad superbly, and hopefully Wakefield can go on from what they did last year. My main thing now is to get Wakefield up with your Bradfords, Leeds, St Helens and Wiggins, and with the squad what we're assembling, I'm sure we can be up there fighting.
So I think we should welcome Emily to Wakefield and hope that it's part of a very much longer term and successful occasion. And perhaps Andy Kelly's squad of players, if they are playing rugby league, might decide to turn out and play football on an alternate.
Well, if you ever need a goal, I'm in here.
Well, I'm actually doing a plug for you, Andy, because if the Super League squad that we've assembled doesn't work out, you might be looking for a job in the football world.
Goes himself from acting half. A good ball there, Doer. The onrushing Wildcat supporter there. I'm sure from by Glenn Tomlinson it was. Francis Stevenson. Francis Stevenson's over the line. Is that going to be a try? And it's a try! Francis Stevenson under the sticks. Throwing diagonally across the field. You can see with that one as well. The ball blowing in the breeze, and these long passes need to be a little bit further back. That's a good ball to Adam Hughes! Adam Hughes, is he going to be in? Adam Hughes! Adam Hughes in for a good try! Left, Francis Cummins for dead, Adam Hughes. And Steve Prescott into the line. Adam Hughes! Adam Hughes was found Cal Pratt, a ball knocked down. Oh, the decision given to play on. And that came from the touch judge. That was knocked down, I think, by Logan Jowett. 6 to go for the Wildcats. A little bit of good fortune at last. Tomlinson. Line ball, that's back out of Tomlinson, did well. McNamara. Long ball to Tupu. Sampson! Sampson in the corner! Paul Sampson, does the referee give it? And he does, Paul Sampson! 7 minutes of the second half gone. The Wildcats can go delirious. Morley tackled. Hay. Andy Hay gets a try made from the forward pass. Sheridan, tackle by Prescott. Good one-on-one tackle by the fullback. Matthew. Well, the line has certainly been very, very lucky getting these balls off forward passes. Hay. Andy Hay. And a forward pass, surely again, to Cummins. Well, certainly very suspect pass. Gary Price. Getting closer, surely a drop goal, must be on the cards. Francis Maloney! Oh, and it goes to the side. Carl Pratt has to take it. Oh, the ball dropped! Yes! That must be a try! Yes! Is referee going to give it? Yes! 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 The Wildcats have secured the win! I'm not really sure who touched down on that. And to be quite honest, I don't really...
Oh, I'm absolutely sort of overwhelmed by the players' efforts tonight. The pride that came out of the performance was absolutely beyond belief. I think when we look back to the Sunday game, less than 5 days ago, there seemed nothing, or the forecast that there was nothing to come, and to have such a magnificent effort, then it speaks dividends for the players.
How did you actually manage then between yourself and the players to turn it around in 5 days?
I just believe that you have to look at what you've done and be honest about it. We've worked very hard, we've worked very in long periods of time, and for everything to go downhill as it did in the Bradford game and really see nothing of what we've worked on, it could be difficult and just become one download effort. But what we've got from it is a big wake-up call, a kick up the backside, a lot of honesty, a lot of pride, courage and commitment. And I think when those qualities come out as they did tonight, then obviously it's nice to know they're there to draw on and gives you a good platform to work forward.
And a week off then now before we meet the Halifax Blue Sox down at Bellevue. Your feelings on that game?
Looking forward to it. Obviously Halifax will provide us with a massive physical challenge. Gary Mercer's got his side well up for the game. They've had some good cup performances, and I don't see it being any different to the first two games, that being Bradford and Leeds. I think the challenge will be there, and we've got to be on as metal to come away with anything in terms of points.
It's a good deep kick downfield, releases the pressure. To Tupu with a good telly tackle again. Lined his quarry open, tackled him. 17, Ollie Marnes. And the break is made. Ollie Marnes. Paul Sampson's chasing. Is Sampson going to catch him? And he does, but Ollie Marnes is going to be able to get up and score the try at the side of the post. Paul Sampson did well to bring him down, but nobody else anywhere near. From his favoured wing position. Pearson, and Pearson again through a big gap, and Paul Roll is going to scamper under the post, and I'm afraid Halifax will score them all afternoon like that with big gaps in the middle. And Jamie Bloom remonstrating with the touch judge as Paul Sampson goes on a run and then loses the ball in the tackle, and Dunniman through a big gap in the middle, and Andrew Dunniman under the sticks through the same gap that the rest of the tries have come on. McNamara, a long floating ball out to Adam Hughes, out to Neil Law. Neil Law gets the ball back in, that's a try! That's a try to the Wildcats! Warren Jowett, I believe, the man with the touchdown. Hudson, Paul March just tripped right in front of the sticks. 10 metres out to McNamara. It's a long floating ball, Gary Price picks it out of the air, and Gary Price scores in the corner. McNamara, back to Jowett, quick hands, Paul March, Masella charging forward, he can be only inches away, can Martin Masella. Hudson, and that's a good ball, Adam Hughes! Adam Hughes! Bang on 40 minutes, Adam Hughes with a good pass. Good tackle on halfway. Pearson breaks away from some poor tackling and scores in the corner. Dunniman, and ball suspiciously forward. It's going to be another score. They come from a blatant forward pass. Martin Moana, the man getting the touchdown. This training session looks good fun. How important is it?
Well, it just gives them a bit of light relief from Bellevue, and they're working pretty hard as it is, and they're having a bit of fun doing it.
They come down from Sandal where they've had their dinner. They often go up there for lunch.
Yeah, 3 times a week we have lunch at Sandal. It's basically making sure their energy sources are kept up. With the amount of training they're doing, they need that food supply during the day, and it's got to be the right food.
Things are going all right. You know, some of the things we've got to be, or one of the main things we've got to be is patient. It's a new side and it will take time to settle on the field. We haven't had continuity of football. Obviously the Challenge Cup interrupts that, and really that's what we're screaming out for now. It's regular week in, week out games so we can put things right.
We're certainly in a better position than we were 12 months in, so we're sort of fighting to get into Super League.
Yeah, I think we are, and some of the structure that we're trying to put in place is for years to come rather than just a one-off hit to make sure that we survive. This year we hope that what we do is going to build and build and build and push us up around that top 5 area. Whether or not we'll get in it, you know, only time will tell.
I mean, what you expect you see on a Sunday afternoon, of course, is what goes on the field, but there's far more goes on in the back room, as it were.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of work goes in, and the players do put a lot of time in, and it's just putting it all together in games. If you're not getting the games on a regular basis, the players, like the euphoria of the Headingley game, with 2 weeks then where it just laid off a little bit, and then the disappointment of the Halifax match, you want to get back on the field and play, and we've had another 2 week spell. So again, we're at Knowsley Road today, and I'm looking for a big effort from the players.
Sculthorpe, good strong tackle on Paul Sculthorpe. Cunningham out to Sean Long. Sean Long jinks one way then the next. A long ball out to Newlove. Newlove tackled by Samson, but over in the corner with only 2 minutes on the clock. And a forward pass to Paul Sculthorpe, and he's going to put Sean Long in. Well, a blatant forward pass. Maloney. Good ball there to Poaching. Gets the ball out nice to Maloney, to Tupu. Steps. Tries to get past Newlove. The tackle made. Willie Poaching sees a little bit of a gap. The ball comes out the back door. McNamara. Masella, there's a big gap. Masella bobs it over basketball style to Prescott, and then to the supporting Francis Stevenson. The referee gives the try. Maloney, that's a good ball to Poaching. Poaching out well there to Hudson. Marcella, Paul March. Paul March back out to Samson. Samson sees a little gap. Julian O'Neill brings him down. The ball out to McNamara. That's a good ball to Warren Jowett. Warren Jowett over behind the sticks. Excellent from the big second row forward. Going to the short side to McNamara. And that's a good ball to Adam Hughes. Adam Hughes is in space. Adam Hughes going to take Paul Wellens on. Adam Hughes gets away from Wellens. Brings the ball up to Neil Law. And Neil Law. Neil Law in the corner. Yeah, Neil Law scores. Paul Wellens should have really decked Adam Hughes. Adam Hughes, their strength. Jowett round the ankles. Spinning the ball out. Sean Long. Martin. Out to Newlove. Newlove tackled by Samson. Tommy Martin. Now to Ken Cunningham. Another very suspicious looking pass, but that seems to be the way of things at the moment. Ryan Hudson decides to go himself.
And just picked up the half-time change for
Paul March.
Gary Price, number 15, is on in place of Steve McNamara.
That's a good ball to Tutupu from Maloney and back to Paul March. Paul March is in. 3.5 minutes of the second half gone. Excellent play from Maloney. Cunningham to Long. Sculthorpe. And Sculthorpe. The ball lost. But the referees are going to give this or not. Well, talking to the in-goal judge, and he gives it. The ball passed out, obviously not knocked forward. So Sean Long taking his time, an important kick for Sean Long, and he misses another one. Is that going to be given as a try? I feel sure it will be. Tommy Martin. McNamara stringing the passes together now. Paul March out to Willie Poachin. Picks the ball out there with one hand. Straightens up Willie Poachin. Steps all round Lee Penny. Willie Poachin steps round Alan Hunt. Well, what an absolutely electrifying try from that man Willie Poachin. He didn't seem to get out of first gear, but he just left the Warrington Wolves for dead. Farrer. Good tackle on Farrer. Jamie Field just on. Helped Martin Marcella out. Andrew G. Well, G and Langer, the two big signings that Warrington have made this close season. And Forster is the man that goes in. The man that's been at Warrington since the club began, I feel. And Farrer out to Blakely, to Langer, Nick Howe out to Ian Knott. Koilov stumbles. Alan Hunt is going to be in at the corner, and that's good play from Warrington. One side of the field to the other. Was it? No. Sibbett doing the tackling. Jamie Field brings the ball up to Goulding. Goulding's under the post. That was a good ball from Jamie Field, and Bobby Goulding will have enjoyed that. And the referee telling him to get on with it. Well, don't see how that wasn't holding down. McNamara brings Steve Prescott back in. That's a good ball to Warren Jowett! Warren Jowett! Oh, he's on the line. Jowett just denied by that last-ditch tackle. Paul March on to Gary Price. Gary Price over. The referee looks at the in-goal judge, points to the spot. Gary Price gets the points. And Farrer picked up and dumped by Tutupu. And Blakely jinks one way then the next and brings Danny Nutley in under the sticks. Langer out to Blakely steps one way then the next. Blakely very close under the sticks. Langer
Langer jinks one way, then the next. Langer's over. Breers gets away from the first and the second. A good tackle back by Gary Price. Langer. Nikau. Quick hands to McCurry. Steve McCurry scores. Willie Poach in acting half. It's the ball out to Tupu. Out to Marcella. Marcella sees a little gap, but it's closed down by Nikau. Hudson. Goulding. That's a little chip over by Goulding. And the ball picked up by Francis Maloney. The referee points to the spot. Francis Maloney. 72nd minute. And Maloney gets us within 2 points of the Wolves. McNamara doesn't want to rush it, but he is running out of time. And about 30 seconds of normal time remaining. McNamara just composes himself. And misses. And Willie Poachin! Willie Poachin scores! And that's just what Tommy Martin did! Is that going to be a try? Yes! Yes! Willie Poachin! Well, just what Tommy Martin did! I cannot believe it! How bizarre can you get? Willie Poachin! Well, how bizarre can you get? Willie Poachin steals in! Quite a bizarre try at the end.
Yeah, quite close. You know, like it's bizarre in the fact that it's happened 2 weeks in a row. It happened to us last week against St Helens, and people said they've never seen it before, and it's happened again this week. So, a bit of irony there.
Yeah, but I think it's good that the irony works in our favour once in a while. You had a pretty good game yourself, but you had a spell on the sideline. No injuries?
No, I just got a couple of knocks to the head, and I was a bit dizzy there after the second one, so I only thought it might be better off to come off and have a rest and find my feet again.
We've certainly got a good set of forwards down here now, whichever pack he puts on, Andy Kelly, seem to gel together pretty well.
Yeah, I think whichever pack you've got to have a pack that works together, and we're starting to do that now. We're starting to share the workload around. We're starting to back each other up and work for each other, which is, I think, won us the game today.
John Pearman, Chief Exec down here at Bellevue, just ground a nice win out against Warrington Wolves. How important is that to the club?
Absolutely important, because I think a loss today would have been on a roll of defeats. I think today we can look now to an opportunity to build for victory next week at Huddersfield, week after at Castleford at home, London Broncos. So I think it was supremely important, and I think it's lifted everybody. Ironically, we won in the way that we lost at St Helens last week, but that's fate, and so today we're smiling, and we're delighted to be smiling.
I think that's rugby league, that's the way things go.
Absolutely.
Just look at these new facilities that we're actually on the balcony of this new south stand.
Yes.
This is what's going on behind the scenes that fans don't really see. What's going on the pitch. This is the sort of things that you're involved with behind the scenes.
Yes, I mean, I hope the fans will come and drink in the bar downstairs, and business people will come and sponsor us for the facilities upstairs. I think it makes a statement about Wakefield Trinity in the future, and it says, look, we're going to go places. We're going to do other things at the ground here, build the team, build the facilities, and I think those things combined will make us a force in Super League, which is why it's been done in the first place, and why today is so important to give us that role on the park.
How many year plan have we got then to actually build Bellevue?
Well, I mean, I think we're going to be here 3-4 years, aren't we? Even if we get a new stadium in that time, which is still the plan, let me emphasise. We're going to be here for quite a while, and it's no good having facilities where kids are not welcome, where families aren't welcome, where we've nowhere to bring anyone. So we made a decision, look, let's consolidate while we're here and still build for the future. So that's what we're doing, and I think these facilities are magnificent, some of the best in rugby league, and I think people who've been today are here very, very surprised at what we've been able to do, and that's, I think, the message we're going to send out. Don't underestimate Wakefield Trinity Wildcats, because we're here to stay and we're going places.
I managed to hunt Ted Richardson down, Chairman. Seemed to be a busy man. It's a nice big smile on your face there, Ted, after Warrington match.
Yeah, I think there's always going to be a smile on my face at this game, no matter what happened, because in this wonderful facility that we've created, which is a replica where I used to watch the game, you know, it's been a really super day, and thank goodness the lads managed to do it for us, you know, and get a victory as well. Wonderful.
Just having a word with John Pearman about 5 minutes in, you know, saying that probably still going to be here for 3 or 4 years. New stadium though, still in the offing?
Yeah, well, I think what we've got to do is be careful and clever in how we move things forward now. I mean, this facility, although as permanent as it may look, is demountable. What we have to do is to make sure the security and the future of the club is tied up in many ways. One is, of course, to make sure we have a stadium which is worthy of Super League, and secondly, that we have a sustainable kids running about, a sustainable situation that if we're going to invest funds and going to invest money, you know, we can afford to do it. So that's the balance.
Come on, let's go. Stick 'em unders. That's it. Well done. Run that good line. Let's go, Johnny.
Well, and Joe at Wildcat second row, how long have you been involved training young lads at Stanley Rangers?
I think I've about 18 months now. I started when they were in under-9s.
How did you get involved in the first place?
Ian Sampson gave me a ring when I was at Bradford, just asked me if I fancied coaching kids. I enjoyed coaching kids because when we were at Bradford, we did it all the time, going into schools and that, and I enjoyed it. So.
Do you find it difficult at this age though to make them actually pick up the skills of rugby league?
No, it's a lot easier at this age to coach them at this age than it is like say under 13s or 14s. If they've never been coached from like 7, 8s and 9s, it's a lot harder for them to grasp it. But at this age, I think they're about right to grasp it. Come on, Duz. That's it.
John, the last minute win against Wellington last week after a good 18-minute performance by the lads. They come in here to play against Huddersfield Sheffield Giants, who are winless at the moment. Do you think it'll be an easy ride for us?
No way. There's no easy rides in Super League. If anything, this game's a little bit of a worry for us because they've lost 4 out of 4 so far, and at some stage they've got to win a football game. And the games that they lose, they're coming close to the next win. Hopefully we're still digging in and concentrating and not getting carried away with the win against Warrington, and taking this game as with full intensity really, and just concentrating on the job in hand instead of looking at the league ladder and writing Huddersfield off.
Hardy. Lovell, half brought down. Loses a boot in the process. And trying to bury over there, Jeff Hardy. Puts the ball down short of the line, but the referee said it was over. The ball spun out, McNamara to Jamie Field. And the Wildcats lost about 15 metres. Give him a bit more room to work. Goulding running across the field of play. It's a good long ball. Intercepted. Steve Prescott picks up. That's going to be over Paul Sampson. Paul Sampson's going to be in the corner. Paul Sampson going to be given the try. See, Prezi points to the spot. Just 6.5 minutes on the clock. Bobby Goulding feeds a scrum. The ball out to Maloney. Maloney brings Neil Law back in on the angled run. Neil Law stopped on the 20. Hudson. It's out with Steve Prescott. Adam Hughes. Adam Hughes is over. Never know what Bob Goulding's going to do when he runs across the front of the play. Fielding, how he would like a try. Jamie Fielding, Hudson. That's a good ball out to Poaching. And what a step from the big Western Samoan, Willie Poaching. Poaching. Stevenson turns, looks for the second phase, but nobody backing him up. Goulding. McNamara, and that's a good ball, and it's another try to the Wildcats. Clinch, really been kept quiet, Gavin Clinch. That's a poor ball, but bounces nicely for Bradbury. And then Lovell gets Clinch back in, and saying Clinch is doing nothing, and all of a sudden he scores. Fifth and last tackle as the ball was deemed to have been knocked backwards. Gavin Clinch, that's a good kick over the field to Sovatabua. And Sovatabua scores. Neil Law wait for the ball to come down. Dan Turner plays the ball on halfway. Malloy. And that's taken by Neil Law. Neil Law, is he going to be in the corner? Paul Riley's chasing him. Neil Law dives in. Opportunity strike from the big winger. Turner from under the legs, and the ball knocked. Oh, well, surely that was a knock on. How can that have gone backwards? Well, I think Steve Prezi got that one wrong. Little jink over, caught well.
And Carl Lovell's going to be in. Well, certainly gifted from an absolute blatant knock-on. Gavin clinch out to Hardy. That's number 17, substitute Martin Gleeson, who skips through some very, very ordinary tackling. Martin Gleeson. Hudson going himself. Does he get the ball on the line? No, let's see another tackle gone. The ball spread out to Goulding. And now to Gary Price. To Neil Law. Neil Law's in the corner. The referee has a word with the touch judge and the in-goal judge. The referee points to the spot. Ryan Hudson, I think, stayed down, get a knock in the face. Clinch, mile forward to... mile forward, the referee right in line. So to Boer. Jeff Hardy. Crowther, fifth and last. Gavin Clinch with a drop goal. The referee gives it to the Giants. Take the lead, 35 points to 34. Shaw, short ball onto Haaland. Good tackle by Tony Tutupu. Vowles, that's a good ball and a good run. And this surely is out forward past Darren Rodgers. The referee says not. Darren Rodgers in for the try. 6 minutes gone. Darren Rodgers scores the first try. Hudson gives it a bit of width out to Goulding. Goulding kicks it for the post. Last one to change for. Is that going to be a try? Is that Steve Prescott? Well, we'll see on the replay whether it's going to be a try. The referee going for the screen. We're waiting for the decision, and it's no try. Number 10, Mike Marcel, going for number 8, Francis Stevenson on the Wildcats side. 15, Darren Shaw leaves the field for the Cast Tigers. Oh, that's a good run. That's a good charge downfield. That's Steve Prescott. Steve Prescott's going for the corner. Steve Prescott's got him off. Steve Prescott scores. Oh, what a good try by the fullback, Steve Prescott. 28.5 minutes of normal time gone. And Steve Prescott charges away. Davis, long pass out to Danny Orr. Danny Orr into open space. And Danny Orr dives over under the sticks. Gets through 2 feeble attempts at tackling. No need to go to the video screen for that one. That's out to Eager, and Mike Eager steps inside, and Mike Eager is going to be allowed to score under the post. Well, really should have been cut off to score in the corner. Well, Cass a bit fortuitous there. It's a long looping pass to John Wells, and John Wells in on the corner. And I'm afraid that's 4 points to Steve Ganson. McNamara deciding to have a go himself. Ryan Hudson out to Goulding. Tomlinson goes himself after feigning the pass to Gary Price. Adam Hughes is going to be in the corner. Adam Hughes in the corner. The referee just looks at the touch judge. Shouldn't be anything wrong. And Adam Hughes given the first try within the first 2 minutes. Stevenson is charging in, certainly going to wear the defence down. Francis Stevenson, those barnstorming runs right up the middle. Tutupu, Tony Tutupu makes a break. And this is going to be 2 points for Paul Sampson. Right under the post, the flying wingman. Paul Sampson takes the applause. It's the ball out to Duffy. And Duffy trying to go himself under the sticks. The forwards get back in the defensive line. Joe for Milo there. Good tackle by Tutupu. And that's going to be a try.
Out with McNamara, Gary Price, and straight into Crompton. Ryan Hudson, McNamara. Paul March is in the corner. What a good pass to Paul March. And Paul March plays the ball. Frank Wattini charges in. Bobby Golding looking a bit groggy in the background, not really involved. Willie Poaching. It's the ball back out to Hudson. That's a good ball to Glenn Tomlinson. Tomlinson brings Steve Prescott in. Prescott, surely Prescott's going to make it. And he's going to bounce over, and he does. Nick Pinkney makes the tackle. And Steve Prescott bounces over the line. Oh, and the referee said, oh, double movement. Well, a contentious decision given, I think, by the in-goal judge. Good tackling again on Malcolm Alker. Tackling as a team. Murdoch onto Crompton. Smith back to Crompton. Crompton falls. It's a nice, easy tackle. And the referee thinks there's an infringement, looks at the touch judge and waits play on. And that's for Mike Wainwright. And that's for Chris Tassel. Well, all the players, as well as the referee, stopped, but the referee waved play on. Jamie Field, good run by Jamie Field. And straight through Craig Murdoch. Paul Jackson. McNamara, it's a good ball to Adam Hughes. Adam Hughes is away! And that's got a good ball to Paul March. And surely the referee's got to give this one, and he does! Paul March on. Paul March, good win over the Salford City Reds. Never seen you play on the wing before and you get 2 tries from it.
Well, yeah, as soon as Neil went down injured, I had the job to do and got over for 2.
I said on the commentary they probably switched around to get you into half-back position, but you seem to quite relish it out on the wing.
Well, it's a bit different. I was disappointed when Bobby come off and I didn't move, but just got on with it.
Did you try disallowed for yourself?
Yeah, I thought it was a try myself. A few decisions went against us today, but luckily we got the win, and that's the points, isn't it? 2 more points.
I see 6 points on the table now. Good all-round performance, certainly good defensive performance from yourself.
I'm still not happy yet. I think I made 2 misses, so I've still got an improvement to make, but I'm trying, and you've just got to get on with it, haven't you?
It's certainly been the one-on-one defence from all the team that's let us down in the opening matches, but today seemed to be a vast improvement.
Well, yeah, I've just looked at the stats then, and there's not many misses today, so hopefully we can improve and might even get none yet.
Callaway onto Tullett. Tullett, little jink through. And the ball out to the Broncos, and that's Don Peters going to be in for the try. A little bit fortunate perhaps to come up with the ball there, but the referee going to give the try anyway. 27 minutes of the match gone, and the Broncos break the deadlock. Tackle on Millard. Hammond. Poor kick from Hammond. Bounced up nicely for Dean Callaway to score. Paul Sampson looks in disbelief. I'm saying that was a poor kick, but it took an awful bounce above the head of Paul Sampson. With 5 minutes of the second half gone, and the Broncos extend the lead. Tomlinson back to McNamara. Goulding. Willie Poaching. Willie Poaching certainly being kept quiet. And that's a good ball to Tomlinson. And it's taken to the 78th minute, but the Wildcats get a try. Glenn Tomlinson with a good ball from Willie Poaching. Is this going to be a little bit too much, a little bit too late? Paul Jackson wants to with the backs really, not the forwards. The last tackle. Played the ball quickly to keep the clock on. And this is going to be the last play of the game, I'm sure. Is it going to be taken cleanly? Oh, the ball's dropped! And it's going to be tied! Oh, the referee's not giving it, says there was a knock on. And could that have been snatched at the death? The referee adamant there was a knock on from a Wildcat's hand. Was it a try, wasn't it?
I don't really know. I just picked up a ball and scrambled over. Stood up and cheered, and hopefully you'd fault referee, but he were having none of it today.
Yeah, we never seemed to get out of first gear though today. What do you think was the problem?
I don't know, to be honest. I know the preparation was right and we did everything right, but certainly
patches of the game we looked very lethargic and not interested in the game. We so did London at times, but London raised the game, and for the majority of the game we weren't there.
No, as a team, we're in patchy today, and it was one that we were all up for, and we all needed to put another win on and get 2 wins on the trot, but we just didn't happen today. So, as an individual thing, I'm not sure.
The Bulls away next week, a bit of a daunting prospect now.
Yeah, they're always going to be tough, Bradford, but you know, I'll be looking forward to it personally. But.
Do you think it might raise the team then, playing not at the best today and then having to play at the best next week?
Yeah, I think so, definitely, and especially when coming off a win at Murrayfield. They might catch them on the quiet, so hopefully if we get our heads down a big week in training this week, we might come away with the spoils.
Been a bit of a revamp down at the Wildcats this week. It's involved you taking a new position. What exactly does it entail?
Well, it's been described as in terms of being a football manager. In football, I mean soccer. So something similar to what the soccer managers are over here.
So are you overseeing the coaching, as it were?
Probably coordinating's a better word. So coordinating the coaching staff, the training programs, basically everything to do with the first team.
Is that relieving some of the pressure off Andy Kelly and John Sharp then, or it's just a new job?
Yeah, well, it's been designed to do that, to relieve a little bit of pressure off them and to be able to focus, put more time into specifics. So and I think it'll end up being a better setup.
So you're involved in the team selection as well?
Once again, coordinating's probably a better word, so I will be involved, yeah.
Has this been instigated by the sort of up-and-down performance so far this season?
I think it's been instigated by a lot of things, and certainly the performances have been one of those things.
So about 30 metres out from the Wakefield line. The Bulls come forward, get the ball out to Brooker. Justin Brooker. That's a good ball out to Price, Leon Price. Managed to get the ball back in. Is that going to be a try? Scott Naylor. Stuart Spruce just plays the ball. It's out to Mackay. Mackay just gets out the first tackle by Andy Fisher, gets the ball out to Stuart Spruce. Stuart Spruce, 2 dummies, then a ball on to Leon Price with just a little bit forward, but the referee quite happy. Hudson Smith again. Lows. Stuart Spruce sees a gap. And that's for Brad Mackay. Henry Paul seeing a gap. And Henry Paul brought down. Gets the ball away to Smith. And the Bradford Bulls. About 98 metres on that play. Mackay. And that's intercepted by Glenn Tomlinson. Glenn Tomlinson sets off. He's got Paul Sampson. Paul Sampson's going to be in. Is Paul Sampson going to make it? Paul Sampson for the corner. Paul Sampson's got the legs and he's in the corner. And that's a try from the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. Like that, straight out the back door, straight to Brian McDermott. On to Stuart Spruce. Spruce. Away from the tackle, Steve Prescott, and that's how to open the defence up. All the defence was resetting for the play of the ball. So that was a 0 tackle. 6 to go from here as Watini takes the ball in. It's a good ball to Glenn Tomlinson. Tomlinson tries to turn Spruce inside out and then just slipped. That's twice Glenn Tomlinson's lost his footing in crucial places, but the ball spun over to Prescott. Steve Prescott right on the line. And then bundled back a couple of metres by the Bulls' defence. Tomlinson. The ball out to Graham Law. Then Ben Westwood gets the ball gets the ball up, plants it down. Well, the referee looks at the touch judge, and the touch judge has hung back, so is this going to be deemed as a forward pass? The touch judge is just hanging back, he's not run through. The Bradford Bulls crowd scream for a forward pass. The referee, I think, going to give the... Is he going to give it? He's talking to the in-goal judge. The touch judge still not run through, but he's given the try. Brian McDermott swarmed on, 20 metres out, 5th tackle. And Henry Paul. And that's a forward pass. Surely a forward pass to Hudson Smith. And I can't believe. I mean, that was blatant. Ben Westwood. 10 minutes remaining. Has he got the ball out? Well, he was certainly reaching out with Ben Westwood. The ball spun out there to Steve McNamara. McNamara makes the break and he's through to get a touchdown for the captain. Just 10 minutes remaining. 38 points to 14. That's a good chip over from Paul March. But Henry Paul's all over the place with it. So is Stuart Spruce. And Stuart Spruce gets the ball away on his own line. Well, that's confidence from the Bulls fullback. And the ball out, so the referee waves play on to Robbie Paul. And Robbie Paul's been chased by Adam Hughes, but he's not going to be caught. Robbie Paul scores under the sticks. Spreading the ball out, Andy Farrell playing at standoff onto Steve Renouf. Renouf just breaks the first tackle, gets the ball out nicely to Chris Rudlinski, and he's going to be chased by Sampson. That's a good tackle by Paul Sampson. A try-saving tackle by the ex-Wasps Union man, but the blind side then left wide open. Nobody covering Sampson's wing spot. And the first try to the Warriors. So the scrum forms, Willie Peters from the scrum base. Willie Peters just left a big wide open gap in the middle. Peters exploited that one. Tomlinson just running the angle, that's a good ball. And Willie Poaching just caught. Adam Hughes going to the blind side, Adam Hughes just couple of metres short. Tomlinson. It's a good ball to Stevenson! Francis Stevenson! What a try from the big fella. Right on the side of the post. That's going to be Stevenson's trademark. 5 metres out. Hudson. It's a good ball to Neil Lloyd as well to hold on. The only man helping him out there was Adam Hughes, but the ball comes out through the hands of Gary Price. Passed on to Willie Poaching. Poaching. Gets the ball out nicely there to... oh, it's Frank Wittini! Frank Wittini, the substitute! Frank Wittini! He's under the sticks, is Wittini! And the referee, is he looking at the touch judge? He's going to give the knock on. Oh, I can't believe it, the referee. He looked and saw the play was all right. The touchage on the far side wiped the try off. Newton onto Farrell. Farrell onto Peters. And that's a good ball into open space. And Brett Dallas is going to score. That was a good run into open space by Wigan. Willie Poaching picks it up. Willie Poaching's in space. And Willie Poaching's got Neil Law. Is Neil Law going to score? Neil Law, one way then the other, but he comes back inside. Was that the wrong option? We'll never know, but going close to the post. Adam Hughes. Adam Hughes, is he over? The referee looks and he gives a try to Adam Hughes. Paul Jackson, 5 metres out. 5th and last tackle. But what the Wildcats got up the sleeve. He's out to Poaching. Oh, and he's picked out by Willie Peters, who's going to go the length of the field. Unless Sampson, no chance of catching him. But he can cut him off into the corner. And that's to be said against the run of play again for the Warriors. but all credit must go to Paul Sampson for at least putting the scrum half out onto the far touchline. Surely time for just one or two more plays. Willie Poaching. Willie Poaching gets out of the tackle. Willie Poaching, 8 metres out. Hudson, out to Adam Hughes. Adam Hughes to Neil Law. Neil Law in the corner. 30 seconds into injury time, Neil Law gets another try for the Wildcats. And then tackle by Poaching and Tomlinson. Out to Cassidy. The ball onto Dallas. And Willie Peters gets the ball away to Mark Smith. And again, a little bit fortunate. Paul Sampson used his speed to get there, but then just slips as the ball's passing inside. Peters onto Farrell, almost dropped by Dennis Bates. Dennis Bates brings Robinson back in. Robinson to Radlinski. Radlinski's going to be under the sticks. Cassidy acting half. Going on his own from acting half as well. Farrell, Renouf, Steve Renouf. Jason Robinson's going to be under the sticks. The tackle missed to Steve Renouf. Tackle by Jowett. And Andy Farrell. Oh, that's picked up by Paul March. And Paul March gets the ball out to Paul Sampson. Paul Sampson's going to be in. Paul Sampson's going to be in. He's going to bring it under the post. And Paul Sampson, that's a good try by the winger. Francis Stevenson. Out to Tomlinson. Back to Graham Law. Adam Hughes, a gap opens up. Adam Hughes is over for his second. And surely that one was touchdown. Hull going one out at the moment. Nick Jenkins just getting caught behind his own player. That's a good side step and a good break. And Steve Prescott chasing. And Paul Sampson comes back. And gets Richard home, pulls him down. That's a good tackle by the wingman. Craig Simon. And that stuck well, Dion Bird. And that stuck well to Ben Sammett. And that's going to be the first points for Ben Sammett. Good play by the Hull FC team. Tomlinson onto Willie Poaching. The ball lost in the tackle, but the referee right there saw the two men in the tackle, and the ball was reefed. Quick tap taken by David March. Steve Prescott backing up. Steve Prescott. Glenn Tomlinson into a big gap. Tomlinson's going to score. Right on 80 minutes on my watch. Glenn Tomlinson gets 4 points. Right, Johnny, has to be said, a pretty poor performance against Hull. Got to ask you straight out, what went wrong?
I think we ran on the field, that's what went wrong. I mean, they were absolutely disgraceful, and anybody tries to dress it up and tell you otherwise is lying to you. It's a pathetic performance.
I'm one of the least negative people when it comes to Wakefield Trinity. I always have been, but I can't really pull any positives out of that.
I thought Paul Sampson tried hard, you know, he put a lot of effort in again. There's one or two individuals. Warren Jow played well, I thought. But certainly other than that, you know, I mean, our jerseys were better than their jerseys. That's about the only positive.
So, yeah, nothing you really put your finger on until you've looked at the video, perhaps?
Oh, I think it's what's under here, isn't it? I don't think there's any doubt about that. There might be a couple of players who lack the courage to play rugby league.
So, as you said to me a couple of weeks since the book stopped you, what's your job now then?
My job's to find players who want to play for Wakefield Wildcats, and that's where it stopped, because there's some in there that don't. There's some players in that dressing room who don't want to play for Wakefield.
So where do we go from here?
I'll find players, there's no worry about that. Whether they come from the academy ranks or the alliance or from other clubs, we'll get players to release the big shots in there.
I mean, the academy did give Hull a good stuffing today, and they played out of the skins.
Yeah, I mean, the players in that dressing room are better players than the kids in the academy, obviously. But they haven't got that in there, and that's what the academy kids have got. And you can't buy that. You can't put a price on that when you're negotiating your contract.
Obviously, the players, when they get beaten, they are competitors. They want to win. At the end of the day, they all react in different ways. But perceivably, they all, when you get back in the dressing room, are very, very disappointed. And we then have the job of lifting them and getting them onto the right working levels for the next game. It is difficult, and at times players don't see the positives, and sometimes I have to admit the coaches don't see the positives until we review the tape. We like to work with the players on the Monday morning through to Monday lunchtime on rehab and review, and make sure that any negatives we find from the game are already addressed, and then for the rest of the week we work in a positive manner towards the next game. I honestly feel that if we were to dwell on that, then it would detract from the next performance. The club's investment in players has been very, very heavy this season, and you do find a change in attitude with the players, and obviously you're bringing them from clubs where the structure's already in place, and the reasons for bringing those players are the correct ones, because you want to bring some of that structure and know-how and experience into your own squad. I feel if you continue just to recruit the smash and grab players, you would end up just surviving every year, and your structure would never progress. But I really feel that the players that we brought in, again, bring different problems, and at the end of the day, you get some who feel that they've made the wrong decision, and that fighting and wrestling for your money is not the way to go. And by that I mean having to put up and work harder on the playing field to justify the progression that you want to make. And some people have gone on the comfort zone at that level and don't realise what it takes to progress as a club lower down the division. As for the supporters of Wakefield Trinity, I've always had a great affinity with them, and I've enjoyed their company over, 20, 23 years association with Wakefield. Even through the period at Old Kingston, I know that what they want is what I want, and that is for a successful Wakefield Trinity, Wildcats as we are now, to be in Super League and playing the trade at the very, very top, the pinnacle of rugby league. That's going to take time, and you're going to have to be patient. And certainly, the personnel, the players, the coaches will change in that period of time, but the one constant, or the one common denominator will be you, the supporters. And I say, stay patient, stay loyal, enjoy what you see, because it's getting better. Despite some of the performances this year, the level that we're playing at is better. It's certainly better than having to travel to some of the places we've been over the last few years. And at the end of the day, things will improve, and the club want to go forward.
Tony, 3 weeks in your new coaching job, how's it going?
It's been going well. We had a good game against Bradford and a very good game against Wigan, and a disappointing effort last week against Hull. But things are slowly starting to take place down there. Boys are putting the effort in, and hopefully today we can turn things around and get a win, which we dearly need. We're in a dire situation with injuries at the moment. With Steve Mack and Franny Maloney and Tony Tatupi, 3 signings to strengthen the squad, all out for a decent period. So apart from the injuries, hopefully we can get a few more boys back on deck and get that much needed win, which we need. I'd say the next 3 or 4 weeks are going to be pretty crucial for us to see whether or not we can climb off the bottom of the table and get back up towards the 5.
Dunniman, Bloom back to Martin Moana, loose forward. All wrapped up, Stevenson up top. Dave March round the ankles. Dunniman again at the heart of everything this Halifax team do. And that's on to Marvin Golden. And Golden is going to be over for the first try. So missed initially by Adam Hughes. Tomlinson just opening it up to Willie Poaching. Poaching out the back door to Jowett, just waiting in the second phase. And Adam Hughes in a little gap. Oh, and it's tackled well by the Blue Sox. Gary Mercer and Golden. Stevenson. Is that going to be a try in the corner? Well, the Wildcats seem to think so. As Andy Hobson comes on for Jim Gannon on the Halifax Blue Sox side. They were 15 metres out. That's Andy Hobson. Is he just going to be held up? Yeah, he's not going to get over the line. Gary Mercer going himself. Does Mercer get over and get the ball down? I think he does. The referee's going for the screen again. Gary Mercer can't believe it, but Carl Kirkpatrick was at the other side. And a lot of these passes from the Blue Sox, very suspect, very line. Dunneman sees a little gap. It's closed down by Price. And surely was forward. Surely again. I can't believe it. That was blatantly forward. Martin Moana. Pearson brings the ball back, but it's knocked about, but it's still the fifth tackle, and it still went backwards, came off the boot. So Moana passing to no, but it's all very scrappy. Hassan picks up. Hassan strains it up, loses the ball. I'm sure this is not going to be given. And the referee's going for the screen. Well, the ball came out of the tackle. I can't believe he's going for the screen. Oh, I can't believe. How can they give that when the ball bounced off the head of Neil Lowe?
John Arbin, things have changed quite dramatically down here over the last week. Can you notice any change yourself?
Well, it has been dramatic, hasn't it? Andy and John Sharp have gone, of course, and Tony Kemp's taken over. I don't think the changes have been that dramatic because they'd already been instigated to some extent prior to Tony taking over, but he's just carrying on with it at the moment. But certainly the morale of the players has lifted. I mean, I think there was an air of uncertainty about the place, and unfortunate as it is, that air has been removed.
So do you think with Tony being an ex-player that he's been able to detach himself and become a coach?
He's done that quite easily, actually. Yeah, he doesn't have a shower in the dressing room anymore, and he's not speaking to him too kindly at the moment. So he's detached himself from the playing side of it. Yeah.
So he's not had head coach tattooed on his forehead yet, then?
No, not yet. No.
So what's exactly your role then now? General manager, development officer, overseeing the training. What exactly do you do apart from everything?
Mate, it's changed that many times this year. I think. I don't know, really, to be honest. I mean, it is like an overseeing role. I still look after the academy and keep me on the development squads and the recruitment of players. And to get Tony and I sit down and plan the week's training, and then we both get out in the field with them. So, and there's meetings to attend and different things like that, so it's a long week.
Andy Hay just juggling with the ball, but eventually gets it away. The ball spread out now to Ryan Sheridan, Yestin Harris. Harris just does one hand off, but gets 6 to go with a knockdown from Adam Hughes, and Adam Hughes comes in and makes the tackle. Paul Sterling. Sterling gets a little jink, gets away from 2 and 3. Sterling is going to be in the corner. And Sterling, with that little jink, gets in the corner with only 2.5 minutes gone. Barry McDermott quick play the ball, looked like he might have actually lost that, but the referee helped. And Adrian Morley to score with a good pass, I think, from Andy Hay. So 6 minutes gone, and Adrian Morley gets a try. So a try really needed now by the Wildcats. Willie Poaching sends Frank Wattini on a barnstorming run. I have to say, Frank Wattini, along with Francis Stevenson, one of the form players last week at Halifax. Jamie Field, the good run. Willie Poaching to Poach, but gets the ball out to Glenn Tomlinson. And Glenn Tomlinson scores, but Willie Poaching has got to be given credit for how he got the ball out the back door, left the Leeds Rhinos in tatters in the defence, and Glenn Tomlinson, with almost 10 minutes on the clock, gets the try for the Wildcats. Barnhill, long raking pass out to Sheridan, onto Harris. Harris, a long raking pass, that's out to Keith Senior. And that's going to be a try from Carl Pratt. So a couple of long passes that really split the Wildcats defence. Harris. It's a good high kick. Taken by Paul Sampson, but goes backwards. But the Leeds Rhinos pick it up, so that's play on, and that's going to be another for Carl Pratt. Extremely quick play from the Rhinos. Poaching on to Tomlinson, that's a good long raking pass.
It's straight to Paul Sterling. Glenn Tomlinson chasing Sterling, but nobody's going to catch him. Paul Sampson is chasing over, going to keep Sterling in the corner. From one end of the field to the other. Tomlinson swerves one way, then the next. Hudson out to Poachin. Poachin puts Francis Stevenson in with a good try. And that was a lovely one, that pass from Willie Poachin. Francis Stevenson loves scoring tries. Held out by the Rhinos defence. Masella just a metre short. And that's one snatched. That's from acting half by Ryan Hudson. And that's good play from the hooker. So the ball out the back of the scrum. Powell, Cummins. A big gap there. Cal Pratt is going to be in. Neil Law came out of the line to make the tackle and failed to make it, so a big gap was left. Jamie Field. Jamie Field! Jamie Field! Is he over for the try? Will the referee go for the screen? Did Jamie Field touch that ball down or did he drop it? Well, I think that was totally wrong, but it's plain to see by everybody in the ground that that was assisted out. Paul Jackson. Ryan Hudson. That's back to Gary Price. There's a gap opened up for Price. Gary Price has scored. Right to the side of the post, but the referee's stopping the clock. And how's he going to the screen? I mean, he was right there, was Steve Ganson. And the try is given. Was it a try, wasn't it?
Well, I thought it was a try, but then again, I'm going to say that I've not scored one in Super League yet, so I'm still waiting.
You're playing in second row position, then instead of the usual prop forward position. Do you find it any different?
It would be nice to get some game time, to be honest. It is a little bit different, but I have played there before, a long time ago now, though.
You know, you've seen in the prop forward position. Just coming back to that try, I mean, I said on the commentary that I thought it was a try because the two men on you and the ball were reefed, but at the end of the day, it lost us a point.
Yeah, it looked like it was a try, so then again, I say it was.
Yeah. A good platform built by the forwards, and I think we're just short of a ball player.
Yeah, well, we've got a few injuries coming back. Hopefully it'll all knit together in the next few weeks.
On a personal note for yourself, you signed a new contract with the club. How long is that going to keep you down here?
Till the end of 2002, so I'm very pleased about that.
Good, gives you a bit of stability then?
Yeah.
So are you still looking for a starting line-up for 80 minutes?
Either way, I'm just happy to get on and do my bit.
It's always good to see you come on. You always give it 100%.
Yeah, it's part of my go forward is that.
Barrow acting half, gets the ball further wide. Tackling by the Wildcats. Saints, 15 out. Sean Long gets the ball out to Sculthorpe. Out to Newlove, and there's an overlap. And Newlove had to score there. It's a 2-on-1. Gary Price takes a knock in the tackle. Back through the arms of Willie Poachin. That's a poor ball, but picked up well by Tomlinson, and that's a worse ball to Masella. And he jinks it well to Gareth Ellis, and Gareth Ellis just cut down eventually by Tommy Martin, but holding down. The referee quite happy that it wasn't for too long. And that's floated over to Adam Hughes, back to Warren Jowett. Jowett goes forward. Jowett's going to be in the corner. Warren Jowett in the corner. Martin out to Long, and then a big hit by Willie Poachin, and Willie Poachin collects the ball and goes off to score. Well, that's going to be an awesome try from Willie Poachin. What a beautiful try to Poachin. The chance of Wakefield. Oh, and Tommy Martin an opportunist try, but Paul Sampson's going to catch him, and Paul Wellens. And Wellens does well really to back up and score. Hudson and Jowett coming in for the kill. Sean Long, Tommy Martin. And over to Sullivan. That certainly looked forward to Newlove.
Martin looked blatantly forward to Newlove, but the try given to Sullivan. Martin cut down in centre field by Jamie Field. Perellini on to Long. Newlove, Sullivan. Sullivan scores in the corner. 15 minutes to go, 14 minutes to go on the clock. 4 points behind. Scrum 10 metres away from the Saints line. Glenn Tomlinson to Willie Poaching. Andy Speake needs to be quick away from the ruck. Masella charging forward. Masella's over the line. Martin Masella. And that's going to be a try. The referee gives it. Martin Masella. Sean Long. Nickel. Long. Sean Long jinks through. And Sean Long gets over the side of the post. £22 to 26. Tomlinson. An interception of Chris Smith. Chris Smith's going to be all the way. Being chased by Neil Long, Steve Prescott. Chris Smith's going to score. And an opportunity try. And that's going to kill the match, I feel.
Has the training sessions altered at all then since Tony's taken over?
Well, obviously they've altered because Tony's, brought his ideas, his thoughts into the club. Some of them which were different from Andy's. But when you get a new coach, they always alter, but it's up to the players to adapt to them.
And is the attitude back, do you think?
Well, I think so, yeah. Tony's very disciplined. He doesn't take fools kindly. So anybody who's going to come here and mess around or not be committed 100% to the cause, will be in trouble or won't be here.
It's also going to be difficult because, Andy Kelly's a Wakefield lad a lot. I know yourself, you're a Wakefield lad, and knowing Andy for years, it must be difficult.
Yeah, it is a difficult situation. I'm quite good friends with Andy. But these things happen. Unfortunately they happen. But we find ourselves in a position now where we've got to put some wins together, and it's the sooner rather than later.
Well, let's hope it starts on Sunday, Gary. Thanks very much.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Coylove was looking for the pass on to Jason Critchley. Bobby Goulding running across the face of play, brings Poaching back in. Willie Poaching breaks one, then the next. Brings it on to Tupu. Jason Critchley is going to be in the corner! Scores for the Wildcats, Jason Critchley, 6 minutes into the match. Andy Speake, the hooker, to the open side. Tomlinson, Frank Watini. Watini stopped by 3 Wolves defenders. Speake going to the blind side, goes himself, and Andy Speake scores! What a try, 26 minutes into the game. Andy Speake looked one way, the defence waited for him, and he went over from acting half. Benny Stockwell, Jackson Field, and Andy Speake. And that's a poor ball. And that's kicked forward by Bobby Goulding. Is this going to be a try by Bobby Goulding? I'm sure it is. Is the referee going to give it? Well, the touches have gone forward. The referee points to the spot. 39 minutes gone. Bobby Goulding, the man that's caused all the problem with the boot. This time, jabs on forward with the boot and drops over it. Goulding after McCurry. 5th and last tackle. It's out with Breers. And that's one for Bright Sodgy to catch. But it's come back to Ian Knott. And Ian Knott scores an easy goal, an easy try. And Alan Langer stopped well by Goulding. Then all the players in, and so G landed a punch on Watini. Watini got a smack in the face, but just defending himself as he throws a punch back, I feel, against Andrew G. Langer onto Breers. Breers to Nickow. Back to Breers. Breers makes a little gap, a little run into the gap. And surely a forward pass. A mile forward. An absolute mile forward. How could anybody miss that? It's the ball out to the scrum. Sees a little gap. Goulding's off! Goulding's off! Is Goulding going to beat Lee Breers?
Goldie's going to go for the base of the scrum. Goldie is under the sticks. 27 minutes of this second half gone. And I'm just saying Bobby Goulding's not been involved in the second half. And there he scampers away from the base of the scrum.
And that's Gareth Ellis there, the little jink. Tackle just in front of the sticks. Bobby Goulding. Good short ball to Attini. And within the 10-metre zone, Matty Masella. Masella! He's thrown to the sticks. Matty Masella. Second try in 2 weeks for the big prop forward from the Leeds Rhinos. It's back to Goulding. Another drop goal. A little bit more salt. And then the hooter goes.
Yeah, mate, I'm just happy to be back. Very easy for the scrum half to perform when you've got forwards going forward like that. Forwards are outstanding.
You've got to lay the platform for the forwards, though.
No, the forwards laid a platform for me. The lads really stuck to the task. First 40 were outstanding. First 20 of the second half wasn't so good. Last 20 was brilliant. So we can work that little bit just after half time, then we'll become a good side.
My mum and dad are both of Samoan heritage. My mum's of German Samoan, my dad of Chinese Samoan. Sounds a bit strange over here, but they're both pretty common. They're both pretty common back in New Zealand, in Samoa. I have an elder brother, a younger sister. I lived in Auckland until I was 18, and then I moved to Brisbane Broncos, where I played for a year, and then all the travelling started from there. I've been fortunate to be at a lot of clubs to play with a lot of great players, and probably the highlight of my career has probably been involved with the Hunter Mariners, and against adversity we made the World Club Challenge final when no one ever picked us, especially being in the first year. Also been with Wakefield and defying the odds of staying in Super League is a major highlight, and things like that when your backs are against the wall and you fight against the odds, probably the things you never forget. Prior to coming to Wakefield, I probably didn't know a lot about the place itself. About the team, I knew of a couple of players that have played. I remember the names of Wally Lewis, Mark Graham, Steve Ella, those sort of players coming to England and playing for Wakefield. So that, as far as that's concerned, that's probably really all I knew about the place. I think I also knew, because I was here with Hunslet, that they had just won the first division when I was talking to Andy Kelly and negotiating with the club. So I knew that the club had aspirations to go places, and they had tasted a bit of success in the year before. So I knew in that when you play with teams that win and they get the feeling of success, you want nothing more than to feel that again. So I think the club wants to go places, and that's my ambitions, is to hopefully play well with the club, take them places, and hopefully win a few cups and hopefully get a grand final win as well. As far as ambitions in my life are concerned, probably just to be happy and be the best father I can be to my kids, and be as successful as I can for them and for the kids that they might have. I'd like to be remembered by the Wakefield public as a player and a person who enjoyed themselves, who tried their best, who gave their all, and also entertained a bit, and gave them a bit of fun and helped them enjoy their rugby in the terraces. I think it's been a bit harder this year, but hopefully we can do that, and I can keep doing that. And I don't think I'll ever forget Wakefield. It's been a big turnaround in my career coming here, and I think I owe the club and the fans a lot for that. So hopefully they'll never forget me, because I'll never forget them.
Hardy. Lawless going to the left. Thorman. Nimu. Namu puts a good ball out. And that's a score to number 11, Jeff Hardy. Tomlinson. Of course, like Jason Critch and Neil Law not on the right wing today. That's in the excitement. And that's a good bust through. And that's a try. Jeff Hardy. And that's a ball to nobody. Picked up well by Dale Lawton. And he was picked up well in the tackle by Francis Stevenson. And Chris Thorman goes through a big gap. And Chris Thorman gets the extra 4 points for the Giants. Chris Thorman out to Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy runs through a big yawning gap. And Jeff Hardy's going to be in the corner. And what an absolute yawning gap over on the far side. And that's good play from the Giants. Managed to get the ball away to Gleeson, to Lawless. Darren Turner. And Turner steps. Brought down by Prescott. Good enterprising play from the Giants. Chris Thorman in an acre of space. Is that going to be a try? And it's been given. Willie Poaching. Poaching gets the ball out to Hudson. Hudson out to Tomlinson, and overlap. They come back inside as Gary Price. Gary Price is going to be in. Gary Price with the angled run right to the side of the sticks. Poaching on to Sodji. Sodji is missed by Darren Turner. Sodji's going close. And then Sodji has his head ripped back. Right on the try line. Goulding. Stevenson back to Goulding. Paul Jackson deserves a try. Paul Jackson! Paul Jackson against his old club. Lawton, and that is bang on 80 minutes on my stopwatch, as Lawton is right on the line. Gavin Clinch, a little kick through, and that's the icing on the cake for Chris Thorman. Bang on 80 minutes, and that is surely now the game for the Giants. The ball out to McNamara. McNamara to Gary Price. That's a good kick, a good tackle on Gary Price. McNamara swings the ball out wide to Goulding. That's a good ball to Jowett. Jowett breaks the first almost, but Jason Nichols sticks to his ankles. McNamara, little kick through. Sodji touchdown. Is the referee going to give this to Bryce Sodji? He does. The first try to Bryce Sodji from the kick from McNamara in the 5th minute of play. Martin Marcel had a good first 19 minutes. Camped in front of the post now. And that's Warren Jowett. Is it under the sticks? I think Warren Jowett scored for the Wildcats. And Warren Jowett gets the accolades. And the ball lost. And the referee saw was knocked out. A quick tap ting, Blakely. Martin Afire. And that's going to be a score to Martin Afire. Field. Jimmy Field. 5 metres away. Speed goes himself. Has he got over? Was he held up? The referee points to the spot. Goulding onto McNamara. That's a ball on to Tupu. Missing a player out. Sodji. Goulding, that's a good kick over from Bobby Goulding. Jason Critcher chasing. The ball comes back to Gary Price. Gary Price will dive over and score. The referee gives a try to Gary Price. Neil Baines gets the ball away to Blakely. Further out to Tassel. Back inside to Afire, back to Blakely. Blakely sees a big gap. He's on his own. Kicks it forward for Stuart Littler. Littler gets in the corner. Jamie Field. Linda 10. Goulding. Goulding goes himself. Gets the ball out to Sodji. Prescott over on the far side, wanting it. Warren Jowett wants his second. Warren Jowett's over. The referee gives Warren Jowett the nod. He gets his second try of the afternoon, right by the side of the sticks. Steve McNamara onto Jowett. Back to Sodji. Sodji's in the clear, and Sodji's going to score under the sticks. Bright Sodji.
Good game. Yeah, I think it was a physical game despite scoreboard, like, but when all the team play like that, you know, we can show that we're a good team. Like,
you've been really close to scoring the last few weeks, and had that try come down for you from Huddersfield Sheffield last week, could have been a different score.
Yeah, definitely. Stumbled over my own shoelaces though, didn't I? So I have to fasten my shoelaces in future.
So what can you do? Bring on Cast Tigers next week?
Yeah, definitely. We've got to get on with it tomorrow, back into work and get back down to earth and concentrate on Cast now. That's gone, that win. That means an out now, unless we can back it up.
Jowett, not the misser of many tackles. And Richard Gay scores, and he's going to be held short. I thought he was under the sticks. That's a good tackle on Jason Flowers. Danny Orr. Michael Eager's going to be in. Michael Eager, after 18.5 minutes, scores the first try for the Castleford Tigers. The space out wide now as Goulding tries to exploit it. Warren Jowett stopped in just short. Jowett being held down. The referee's patience holds. Pushing over, is that a try from Ryan Hudson? Is it Ryan Hudson? And it is a try. The referee points to the spot. Is it Hudson that scored? Or is it Jamie Field? Possibly Jamie Field. So Jamie Field, the hero one moment, then knocking on. Danny Orr, the long raking pass out to BJ Mather. And that's out to John Wells. But John Wells, I would imagine, has scored. John Wells gets a pretty awesome try for the Tigers. Sykes stopped, picked up and dumped. Hudson gets through a mountain of tackling from Hooker. Still Andy Speak, of course, on the bench. Well, that's a good ball for John Wells. John Wells scored. The kick stopped up very nicely. Jamie Field onto halfway. Andy Speak, McNamara, that's a good ball to Maloney. Maloney's in space. Maloney's got Jowett. Jowett's going to score. Warren Jowett scores. And another try for the big second rower. The referee points to the spot. Warren Jowett. What a try from the big fella.
It's going to get a lot harder for the next month. All right, not worrying about who we got. We all know who we got, but we go a long way for the rest of the year. If I can get in a win today and make it a lot easier on ourselves. Right, let's just have a couple of minutes just walking around. If you want to have a stretch or something like that, and we'll whip back. And there's a meal as soon as we get back. There's a meal on, and then we're leaving at 12:30.
Tony, you brought the first team down to London the night before. Do you think the overnight has helped with preparation?
Yeah, I have. It's been a very good week, training-wise, and only bringing them down the night before the game and give them a good night's sleep sort of aids in going out and getting the 2 points against London.
So it's quite a crucial 2 points with his current position. Do you think the minds are really on it today?
Well, yeah, you've hit the nail on the head there. It goes a long way towards taking us away from the bottom of the table. There's only so much you can do externally to players. I think they're motivated enough. They know where I stand on the game. I think we are pretty well right for the game tonight.
Down to the Broncos 20-metre line. So the ball on to Tupu from Masella. To Tupu and to Soji. Soji almost. No, Soji gets the ball down. Surely's going to be trying to Bright Soji. Second effort. 12 minutes into the game. Bright Soji. The second effort looked as if it was held up short and just rolled over, put the arm out and got the ball down. Goulding spins it wide to Tony Tupu. It's out to Steve Prescott. Steve Prescott in the line. Steve Prescott decides to go himself. Dragged forward a couple of metres well with John Roper around his shirt collar. Bobby Goulding. That's the Frank Napoli. Napoli makes a meal of it. Paul Sampson. Paul Sampson scores. A good try by Paul Sampson. Millard almost breaks through resolute defence. Now Hammond, and that's the break Fleming. I certainly looked a forward pass to Fleming, but the referee gives a try right next to the sticks. So again there, Scott Cram offloading. Lupton takes the ball about 5 metres back, and then he's clattered by Bobby Goulding. Goulding chasing over. Hammond into a little bit of space, and the ball just bounces lovely for Hammond. And Hammond is going to score under the sticks. They speak. Bobby Goulding gets the drop goal. So that just gives that a little bit of breathing space, sensible play. There's a break on. John Roper gets the ball back to Anthony Seibold, and Seibold gets the ball out to Brett Wharton, who scores in the corner. The referee gives a try. And a break by Callaway. Ball onto Tullett. Tullett with only one man to beat. He's going to score. The referee gives a try to Tulson Tullett. Bobby Goulding. Thought he was sending for another drop goal then, Bobby Goulding. Napoli misses the ball. This is going to be a try to Paul Sampson. So we've obviously seen Frank Napoli as the weak link. That's twice he's dropped the ball, and 2 tries both been scored by Paul Sampson from Napoli's mistakes. Bobby Goulding running at the angle. That's a good ball to Gareth Ellis. Ellis within the 10-metre zone. Surely another kick over from Bobby Goulding. A little kick through, and that's a try! It's that Steve Prescott! And that's Steve Prescott! What a try to the full-back! And then there's a fight going on. Paul Davidson taking a swing at Jamie Field. There's a melee of all the forwards getting at each other. Punches being swung, and they're all coming in, having a go. Paul Davidson just looking like a man possessed at the moment. Having a go at Bright Soji. Bobby Goulding trying to calm him down. And that will do. Oh, still reckless, sorry. They apologise to Paul Davison. Melly just looked like Paul Davison, but he's still reckless. Goulding surely is going to give him a 5-point lead. And he does.
We prepared very well during the week, and we came down yesterday, so all the lads were ready, so we deserve the win today.
And a couple of lads a bit ill this morning, but they seem to play on and do pretty well.
Yeah, I think probably London Broncos phoned the hotel up, just trying to pose the players up, but fortunately it didn't work.
Oh, thanks very much.
Okay,
right.
Thank you.
Cheers. Frank Wittini, you played your part in the win down here at London Broncos today?
Yes, I have.
On the Wildcats 40-metre line. Stuart Fielding just charges straight through, and Fielding is not going to get a try and cheat that, but did he actually touch it down? Did he touch that ball down? Oh, the referee says he did. I thought Steve Prescott had actually stopped him touching it down. James Lowe's out to Mackay. Brad Mackay runs through a big gap. Mackay's got Brooker backing him up, and Paul Deacon. And Deacon has got Stuart Spruce. And they're lining up to score. Brad Mackay, the man doing the damage. Gary Price. 10 metres out. Tony Tutupu. Tutupu's in space. Tutupu scores. The referee gives a try to Tony Tutupu with 32 minutes of the match gone. So not in a really good position to give possession away. Just 3.5 minutes of the match remaining. Scott Naylor with the ball. And Scott Naylor gets the ball on to Nathan McAvoy. Steve McNamara stops, brings it back to Fisher, back to Goulding. Goulding running across the face of play. Gareth Ellis on the field, acting half to Steve McNamara. That's a kick over for Steve Prescott. The ball out to Jason Critchley. Jason Critchley is in at the corner. What a good score from Jason Critchley. Bang on 40 minutes. But a good kick over from Steve McNamara. Speak tries to get the ball from acting half, but just stood a step too far back from it. So McNamara gets the ball out to Jamie Field. Tony Tutupu going for the same try. Gets the ball down. Tony Tutupu given the try. Excellent play from the loose forward. Jamie Field again. Henry Paul out to Peacock. Peacock tackled. 5 metres out, bang in front of the sticks, the Bulls. Deacon gets the ball back to Gary Price. Gary Price gets the ball to Paul Sampson. Sampson's going to go away. Paul Sampson. Sampson's away. Sampson's going to score. Sampson. Paul Sampson. What a try from Paul Sampson. 16 minutes in the second half. Paul Sampson scores the 4. Connor into Bates, onto Cassidy. Cassidy breaks the tackle. McNamara and Dennis Bates having a go with each other. In back play, Steve Prescott gets on with it. Well, there's tete-a-tete between two of the Wigan players and McNamara now. Farrell onto Gilmore. Gilmore just breaks the clutches. And Gilmore's in for the try. Radlinski onto Farrell. Farrell onto Lee Gilmore. Lee Gilmore behind the sticks. Tackle on Bates. Farrell to Cassidy. Cassidy tries to break through and he does. Brings Jason Robinson in. Robinson with a good ball out to Smith. And how can he defend against that? Two good tackles in Marr out to Tomlinson. Tomlinson reverse back to Poaching, gets the ball out to Watini. Watini sees a big gap. Watini tries to push forward. Good bit of attacking play from the big fella. It's the 5th tackle. Tomlinson, little jink through, and that's a try for the Wildcats. Steve Prescott. Tommy Martin scampering off to the blind side. Good tackling on Tommy Martin. Bright Sodgy in there. Tony to Tupu. Sean Long jinking away. To Sculthorpe, on to Stewart. Good tackle on Stewart, but gets the ball back into Tuolangi. Freddie Tuolangi gets the first score for the Saints. Archie out to Tomlinson, Poaching. Graham Law, back to Martin Holland. Oh, I thought Martin had been in there and he deserves a try, does Martin Holland. Poaching to Watini. Watini pushes over the line and he gets the ball down. Does Watini get the ball down? Well, the touch should. Yes, Frank Watini. That's a long ball out to Sullivan. There's Wildcats all over the place, and Sullivan takes the tackle from Martin Holland. Sean Long, Tommy Martin, Martin to Tuolangi. Tuolangi's going to be in. Tuolangi. Stevenson. Willie Poaching looking at Tad Groggy. Paul Jackson. Jackson pushing forward. This has got to be the best chance for scoring this half. Warren Jowett. Warren Jowett! It runs the angle well and it bounces over. With only a minute of this half remaining, Warren Jowett gives them the score that they so badly needed to go into this half-time break level. Westwood being held down. The referee's patience holds. Tomlinson spins, looks for some backup. 5th and last tackle. Paul March, little jink through from Paul March. And does he get the ball down? I think he does. Did Paul March touch down? I think he did. And the referee says he did. Oh, what a try to Paul March. Warren Jowett acting half, goes himself, gets that bit of speed up, runs past Stankovic. A good effort from the big fella again, Warren Jowett. Quick off the mark for the big fella. Tomlinson, a long ball to Poaching. Poaching out to Oh! Is that Ben Westwood? Ben Westwood! Paul March out to Glenn Tomlinson. That's a long ball out to Poaching. That's an even longer ball to Ben Westwood. And Neil Law! And Neil Law scored! And Neil Law scored! Neil Law, what a try! Ryan Hudson makes a break! Hudson, is he going to go all the way? What a break from Ryan Hudson. Looking at that same phase of attack. Bryce Sodgy going from acting up. Bryce Sodgy! Is it worth the drop goal? Is it worth the chance of the 6? Tomlinson. Martin Holland! Oh! Yes! Martin Holland! Well, does Martin Holland deserve that? Some niggling about in the scrum and the punch-up starting. Tensions running high, the Saints. Not used to losing. Martin Holland, the first match he played Super League season, and what a performance.
Yeah, can't believe it really. Just a good all-round team performance really. Very tired at the end, but worth it.
Capped you off with a good try as well.
Yeah, Sullivan. Martin tried to intercept it and left a gap outside. Just finished it off.
Yeah, great performance.
It just like he shook it all up the team and put all the young ones in, and you know all week would be sitting well, me and Graham Law's been saying, you know, we're going to win this week, and it typifies of the strength in depth probably and those who are wanting to play football, like, you know.
Problems, it's true we have. I'm seeing Rover Cabin tomorrow, and they're coming up with their gang, so I think we can, safe to say that after them we'll be pretty clear where we're going to at this club. We've also got a situation where John Pearman this week I think we'll get the answers for them, so very, very quickly now things will start to run wide. I'm confident we'll be here, we'll be seeing our season out, and we should be here next season with Super League.
Tullett, it's a kick over. Neil Law chases that one. Neil Law picks out the air. Is this going to be the first goal for Neil Law? Go, Neil, go! Go all the way, Neil Law. Right to the try line. Neil Law, what a score. 34 minutes of the game gone. The duck is broken. Neil Law gets the first try. So Glenn Tomlinson gets the ball out of the scrum. Willie Porchin on the run round with Paul March. Gets the ball out to Martin Masella. Masella sees the gap, pushes forward. Masella is over by the left-hand post. Tomlinson out to Stevenson, back to Glenn Tomlinson. Willie Porchin. Willie Porchin sees a little bit of a gap. Gets the ball out well to Martin Holland. And that's out to Ben Westwood. Good play back to Jamie Field. Jamie Field's clear. Jamie Field unselfishly passes to Neil Law. And what a try for Neil Law. But that has got to go down to Jamie Field. Neil Law out to Porchin. Porchin to Francis Stevenson. Stevenson, a good second effort, but he stopped centimetres off the line. Warren Jowett running the angle. That's a try. That's Andy Fisher from acting half. one question on everybody's lips. What's happening at the moment?
Well, we're just about to run on against Warrington with a team made up of what's left. There's been no problem selecting the team because there's only 17 players left. So we're off to play Warrington and do the best we can. Spirits are still good amongst the players that are here, and we've got a point to prove.
Is it right then that the first team players that have been sacked have been offered a match-to-match contract to play just for cash at the end of it?
That's correct, yeah.
And has anyone taken it up?
Some people, people that are playing today have accepted that. There's others that haven't accepted it, and we respect everybody's individual rights.
Can we see any?
Danny Farrer just knocked down by Jamie Field. These players playing with the spirit that is required down here at Bellevue in these dark times. But is this going to be a try in the corner?
So Langer gets the ball out to Breers. Breers to Penny. Penny breaks the first tackle, and Penny's on her own. Is he going to beat Neil Law? Looks like Neil Penny's just got the legs on Neil Law. And Lee Penny in the 13th minute. Paul March. It's a good kick through for Ryan Hudson. And that's going to be a try. Surely that will be a try. Farrer. Nutley running at the angle. Picks Ryan Hudson and Gary Price are running to. Not a sensible thing to do. Nick out, puts Alan Hunt into a gap. Alan Hunt jinks one way, then the next. And scores behind the sticks. So Langer gets the ball out to Breers, back to Lang, and there's a big gap for Alan Langer. And an even bigger gap for Alan Hunt. Tony Tatupu out to Poaching. Poaching certainly won't throw the towel in. Good second effort from Willie Poaching. Playing an excellent captain's role. That's a 0 tackle. David March. David March just pushed back away from the try line. Poaching going himself. Poaching it's over! What a try from the captain, Willie Poaching. 5th and last tackle. And that's a good break by Graham Law. He's on to Paul March. Paul March on to Ryan Hudson. Ryan Hudson, what a try! What a try by the Wildcats! Excellent build-up, running it on the last tackle.
Yes, it's not a very pleasant situation, Steve. Clearly, we've reached a stage where time's run out in terms of promises that have been made to the club. We've had to take the action that we have done.
So do you think there's light at the end of the tunnel?
Well, hopefully so. Certainly we're working very hard to keep the creditors on side so that we can get the voluntary arrangement in place, which would mean that the club would then be able to proceed, hopefully successfully again into next season.
You managed to call Neil Fox, famous face down here, Neil. What do you think of the current situation?
Well, not very happy about it, really. You know, it's very upsetting as an ex-player to be involved with a club like this and maybe go out of the league. We don't know what's happening.
Do you think it might come to the fact that we go out of the league?
I don't think it will. I think there's a meeting this week, I understand, and I'm sure that Wakefield want to stop in the Super League, and I think Super League needs Wakefield because there's not enough teams in the Super League to carry on. Yeah.
Well, we haven't all been sacked. Over 24s have had their contracts terminated, which equates to the same thing. We've been sacked. Under 24s have got to continue with their contracts.
So some of the over 24s actually played this afternoon?
Yeah, we're all offered a 2-week deal where we could play rugby for the next 2 weeks and pick up a fraction of what we would have earned normally on as contracts. Some players decided to play, and that's fair play to them. I take my hat off to them. They've done a great job for the club today. They play with enthusiasm and commitment, and they all deserve a gold medal. In my situation, I decided for my long-term future, it wasn't best that I played today. At the moment, I'm employed by no one, and if I played today, I broke my leg, I'd have no contract for 12 months, and who's going to pay my mortgage in that time?
the reality is we have to get into our company voluntary arrangement, but I've spoken to every single creditor of this club, and I believe we'll get into that CVA, which is a very important part, because that then, if you like, shoehorns the traditional debt of the club, and then that will give us a forward-going position. If I have any qualms and fears, it's in stadium development. We've got to run tremendously now to catch up with our proposed business plan and franchise application. When we start next year, we will have a better base than certainly the first year when we started, and a better base than the second year in stability, because we probably have around about 18 players of the current squad who will be with us moving forward, because they're under contract anyway. And yes, we'll have to bring 7 more on, you know, into the club. I mean, as strange as it may seem, you know, that's an ongoing process and one that we're looking at now.